Most people buy fertilizer. I make mine for free, and it feeds my family twice. It takes some work to set up, but the peace of mind and the rewards are absolutely worth it. Putting it all together, you've created a small-scale powerhouse of sustainability right in your backyard. We often talk about gardening and raising animals as separate hobbies. But when you combine a rabbit with a kitchen garden, you stop just growing food and start engineering a closed-loop system. Try not to miss any part of this video to start making your food from home with little resources in 2026. There is a free surprise to kickstart this system available to all my faithful subscribers that watch this video to the end. This is about food security. Real food security. As we look toward what I call the 2026 survival garden, we have to think about independence. We need a system that doesn't rely on imported feeds or chemical fertilizers that keep rising in price. Today, I'm going to walk you through exactly how this cycle works, how a sustainable meat source powers your soil, and how your soil powers your livestock. It is a practical, powerful way to get off the treadmill of the industrial food system. Let's start with the engine of this system, the rabbit. In the world of sustainable living, rabbits are often underestimated, but they are the most efficient converters of feed to protein that you can raise on a small homestead. Unlike larger livestock that require acres of land, a rabbit creates a dense, high-yield protein source in a footprint as small as a suburban patio or a garage wall. For the urban gardener or the homesteader with limited space, this is crucial. You aren't just raising pets, you are raising a sustainable meat source that is lean, healthy, and rapidly renewable. But the real magic happens when you look at what the rabbit gives back. In a traditional garden, you are constantly taking nutrients out of the soil every time you harvest a tomato or a head of cabbage. If you don't replace those nutrients, your soil dies. Most people solve this by driving to the store and buying plastic bags of nitrogen. When you have rabbits, the waste product is actually more valuable than the meat in the long run. A doe and her offspring can produce a massive amount of manure in a single year. And this isn't just waste, it is biological gold. This is the fuel that supercharges your garden without costing you a dime. The gold standard, rabbit manure fertilizer. Let's dig deeper into why rabbit manure fertilizer is superior to almost anything else you can find. If you've ever used chicken manure or cow manure, you know you have to age it. If you put fresh chicken manure on your tomato plants, you will burn them. It's too hot because of the high nitrogen content. Rabbit manure is different. It is one of the few cold manures. This means it is packed with nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, but you can take it directly from underneath the hutch and dress it right around the base of your most delicate seedlings. It won't burn them. It breaks down slowly, providing a steady release of nutrients that feeds the plant throughout the growing season. Furthermore, it improves soil structure. It builds humus. It holds moisture. In a year where drought might be an issue, soil amended with organic matter like this holds water like a sponge. When you look at the NPK values, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, rabbit manure actually scores higher in nitrogen than some poultry manures and steer manures. So, you are getting a premium product, for free, simply by maintaining your food source. This is the definition of abundance. You are turning a waste stream into a fertility stream. Closing the loop, the garden feeds the rabbit. Now, the garden, in turn, gives you the resources to slash your feed bill. This is where the loop closes. If you are buying 100% of your rabbit pellets from a feed store, you are still tethered to the system. You're still vulnerable to supply chain issues and inflation. To build a true 2026 survival garden, you need to plant for your animals as much as for yourself. I grow specific crops just for the hutch. Comfrey is a powerhouse here. It has deep taproots that pull minerals from the subsoil. When you feed comfrey leaves to a rabbit, you are giving them a multivitamin packed with protein. Even your weeding mentality will change. In a normal garden, weeds are a nuisance. In a rabbit-powered garden, dandelions, plantain, and clover are free feed. You pull them up and toss them in the hutch. The rabbits turn those weeds into meat and fertilizer. And let's not forget kitchen scraps. the ends of your carrots, the outer leaves of lettuce, the broccoli stalks. Instead of composting them, which takes months to break down, you run them through the rabbit processor. They digest it, extract the energy, and give you back finished compost in 24 hours. This drastically reduces the cost of producing meat. When your garden feeds the rabbits, and the rabbits feed the garden, your input costs drop near zero. That is when you start seeing a real difference in your household budget. Resilience and the 2026 vision. Why do I keep mentioning the 2026 survival garden? Because resilience takes time to build. You cannot plant a fruit tree the day you are hungry. You cannot establish a breeding colony of rabbits the day the grocery store shelves are empty. You have to build the infrastructure now. We are living in volatile times. By integrating these systems, you create a buffer. If fertilizer prices triple, you don't care, your factory is in the backyard. If meat prices spike, you have a freezer full of lean protein and a breeding pair that produces more every month. This system creates a hub of abundance and resilience. It allows you to step aside from the panic and the scarcity mindset. It empowers you to be a producer, not just a consumer. And the beauty is, this scales. Whether you have 2 rabbits and a raised bed or 50 rabbits and an acre, the principles remain the same. It takes effort. It takes learning. You have to manage manure, you have to care for living creatures, and you have to tend the soil. But when you sit down to a dinner where the salad came from soil built by your rabbits, and the meat came from rabbits fed by your garden, you realize that the peace of mind is absolutely worth it. The goal isn't just to feed ourselves, it's to prove that we can thrive without being dependent on a fragile system. If you want to see exactly how I built my hutch setup to maximize fertilizer collection, I have a guide on that coming up. But for now, start thinking in circles. Start thinking about closing the loop. So, remember that promise I made at the start? That I don't buy fertilizer, yet my garden feeds me twice? This is what I meant. By closing the loop, these rabbits didn't just give my family the meat for tonight's stew, they also gave us rabbit manure that grew the okra, pepper, and carrots going into our stew. In a year like 2026, where food security is on everyone's mind, this isn't just gardening. It's an insurance policy you can grow in your backyard. You don't need a farm to be secure, you just need a system. If you want to build this exact 2026 survival garden setup, I have a free ebook for you in the description below on how to start your rabbit tribe for under $100. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and thank you for watching.